And a very good evening from myself, Graham McCanny, Peter Morse, and your programme presenter Phil Bowers. We're live at Pride Park for this FA Cup first round replay where Crewe Alexandra from League 2, backed by somewhere in the region of 800 travelling supporters, take on the biggest club arguably outside the top two divisions in Derby County in this replay. Crewe nearly did the business in the first game, 2-0 up, but were cancelled out with late goals for the Rams. Now Crewe have got it all to do. They're the big underdogs to go through for a home tie against Bristol Rovers. But as we all know, Peter Morse, this is the FA Cup and there's always magic in it. Good evening to you.
Good evening. Yeah, certainly hope so. And it is a good following from the Alex. So we've already heard them singing, already heard them enjoying themselves. They've been enjoying themselves quite a lot lately. So that'll inspire the players, I'm sure. And they'll give it a good go. The fans in the stand and the players on the pitch, I'm sure they'll all give it 100% to cause an upset tonight.
Well, this is a very impressive stadium. Unfortunately, it's nowhere near full. In fact, there's only two sides of the ground open, but the sets of supporters now for both clubs are making the noise as we get ready for kick-off time. I'm pretty sure there's more than 6,000 in, but you never know, do you? We were tipping around about 10,000 on the way down to the ground tonight, but there might not be that many. Anyway, settle back. We're live on BBC Radio Stoke. 3 changes made by the Crewe manager Lee Bell. His side will kick off and attack left to right in the first half, so they're attacking the scoreboard end, we'll call it, to our right hand side when we get underway. Derby County have made 2 changes from their emphatic 3-0 victory over Barnsley on Saturday. Crewe have lost Conor O'Regan, we wish him well on international duty, and they've also decided to take out the firing line in the first part of the game both Connor Thomas and Shiloh Tracy. We wish all the best to Charlie Colker, Charlie Finney and Lewis Billington, the 3 players who are in tonight's team. We're underway, settle back, it's Derby County against Crewe Alexandra, and it's a completely different kick-off.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Also noticed that Mickey Dimitro is occupying the centre of those 3 centre-halves. You probably would expect him on the left, being the left-footed player, but it's Luke Offord over on the left, Billington on the right, and Mickey Dimitro will be at the heart of that.
Well, that was strong challenges from Kane Wilson, I can tell you, if that's going to be the trend. He was in strong on Charlie Colquitt with his first touch. Rio Adebisi's played right up the front line on the left-hand side, so another role that has been asked of him. And as we spoke in the build-up with Phil in our midweek sport build-up, of course the management team are hoping that what they've set up will be good for them, as Billington come and played from out at the back and got Crewe on the attack on the left-hand side, and there's a charge forward by Charlie Finney. So I'm a bit all at sea, Pete. We've been watching Crewe for many years, but already we're not quite sure what's going to be happening with certain players' roles.
Well, Lewis Billington just joined him in midfield then, just followed the ball and went to play as a holding midfield player for a second. He's retreated now, but we talked a little bit about the organisation and the tactics of the management team in the build-up, and I think we can see 1 or 2 things starting to unfold. We've got 1 or 2 ideas tonight.
Well, the ball's put forward. Aaron Rose trying to get on the end of it, and he has worked well there. Don't foul now. He's putting his man under pressure, a little bit unlucky. He was struggling out and cash in there. Didn't need to do it. And as Peter said, you've just got to use your brains a little bit at certain times. The defender was struggling, and then Aaron Rowe played on the right hand side, promptly pushed him a free kick, Derby County.
Well, what should tell you more than, or tell you anything you need to know, is that if you asked Cash in there what he would love to happen, he would say a foul, please.
Well, they've got a quick player coming into the team tonight, and Kane Wilson is down the right hand side, 5 yards from the corner flag. White shirts, black shorts, white stockings for Derby. This is the man who pulls the strings. Hurahan in midfield finds Max Bird. There's a man wide on the right, and that's Wilson, who's going to run at the Crewe defence. Doesn't put a cross in yet. Now he does, and he finds a good cross into the 6-yard box. Informed James Collins heads it wide. Goal kick. Just before we get right into the game, sadly early today we've had news of the passing of Steve Andrews, who was a massive Crewe Alexandra supporter, season ticket holder for a number of years, and well known in the Allsage and Roadyth area for his love of football and running numerous teams and football events for younger players. our thoughts from the football club and everybody connected to the football club with I'll break off at the moment because Derby on the attack. 1-0. They scored, Derby County. The ball came across the left-hand side and in come Tom Barquezon, and they've got the early goal, Derby County, and the home fans are delighted. He came in off his man and fired it in low. It's Derby 1, Crewe 0, Peter Moores after 3 minutes.
Well, that's a disaster. Feel for Lewis Billington. He's tried to play. We can see the instructions right from the start of the game is to play regardless, to get the ball to feet, to try and work it through. That's exactly what he's tried to do, but he's got robbed in a perilous position, more or less in his own 6-yard box. In the end, it was a simple task for Derby to turn that into a easy goal scoring opportunity. But I did a couple of minutes on BBC Derby before, and I talked about game management. I talked about the importance of Crewe being resilient and making good decisions, and well, an early goal for Derby really was not part of the plan.
No, he's got to get over that, and that's nice play from Crewe involving Offord, Thomas and Billington. Derby lead by a 1-0, and Crewe unfortunately punished for not being quite with it when the ball was trying to be played out from the back by Billington. He took it back to his goalkeeper. It's on the left hand side with Dimitrio. The League One side are 0 up. Nice run forward by the number 30. Unfortunately didn't play the best of balls, but Crewe have recovered it with Colkett. It was White who had it, who's looking a real top player in the last few weeks. Crewe trying to build. Dimitrio slides it out on the left hand side. Colkett to Charlie Finney. Back it goes to Colkett. Colkett looks forward, drills one, not the ball that Crewe want to do, and they've lost possession, intercepted, and James Collins picks it up, but Forsyth loses it. Rowe picks it up. Now he needs to play sensibly, and it wasn't a very good pass, and Colkett wasn't happy with that. It's a poor pass, and they can't afford to give it away like they are doing. Barquezon's now running centre field, finds Hurahan, who is more or less all left-footed, and plays it infield to Corey Smith. So Crewe find themselves a goal behind, and Derby just waiting on the Crewe players to make mistakes in this opening stage, and they've already made one mistake and it's been punished. Paul Warne making 2 changes to his side. Connor Washington away on international duties, one of those not being selected tonight, but he's got Martin Waghorn back on the substitutes bench. Crewe only got 6 players to name on the bench, and 3 of those are youth team players who will be playing on Thursday night. Derby crowd lifting the noise around Pride Park, and the building on this left hand side with Craig Forsyth, a very experienced player, gets it through to the number 8 Bird, who might fancy a shot, weak shot, and Dimitrio clears it and sends Rio Adebisi away, but the pass wasn't good enough, and it'll be brought back to the goalkeeper from the halfway line to Joe Wildsmith, who spreads it out to Aaron Cashin on the left hand side, drills the ball downfield, and Crewe just about get away with that. Now they can run at the Derby defence. Rowe, now he needs to get his head up and play with his teammates to the 10 yards from outside the penalty area. What can he produce? Left foot strike, goal! What a strike from Alan Rowe from outside the penalty area. He swiveled and turned and hit it left footed, and it was a bullet shot into the bottom right hand corner, and 800 Crewe fans opposite where we are delighted. Derby 1, Crewe 1, Alan Rowe.
Well, it's exciting, isn't it? Didn't see that one coming. I thought he had options. Well, he did have options. He had Rio Adebisi to his left, he had support on his right, but he just wanted to go it alone, and he certainly made the right decision. Just created enough room for the shot. He caught it really well, left-footed, laces, just skipped off the turf. Joe Wildsmith went down to his right, wasn't getting anywhere near it, and what a response from Crewe. I was going to say, it was a challenging game anyway. The challenge of the mentality is pretty extreme when you concede in the first 3 minutes on a stage like this. You start worrying, is it going to be a cricket score? Well, again, we've talked about it all season. Crewe have got some resilience, they've got some mental strength, and they've got themselves back on terms.
Great goal, 1-1. Alan Rowe, first goal for him, for Crewe Alexandra. But back to that message I was reading out. Sadly early today we had the news of the passing of Steve Andrews. who was a massive Alex fan, who was a season ticket holder, who will be delighted with that goal that's just come his side's way. For a number of years, he was well known in the All-Sager Roadheath area for his love of football, running numerous teams and football events for younger players. Our thoughts are with Danny, Sam, Brad and Sophie at this tough time, and the Crewe manager Lee Bell also knew Steve Andrews very well, but his team have responded, and the man on the ball now is Aaron Rowe, going to the edge of the penalty area, pulls it back, chance here for a shot to go in. Well, that's a free kick on the edge of the penalty area, that might be a yellow card. So Crewe Alexandra got a real opportunity here now, and Derby again looks slow at the back, Peter.
Well, Aaron Rowe, what a confidence boost that is for him. I've lost count now, but he's another new scorer, isn't he? Well, added to the list. Will someone do some 14? Mr. McGarry, there wouldn't be a very good ventriloquist. I could read that easily from you there. 14 different goal scorers by early November. Thought that was a little bit of a flamboyant fall over by Joe White, but we'll not argue with Mr. Pollard, who's got the whistle, and we've got another opportunity.
Well, Colquitt, when he was coming to the club, was a bit of a dead ball man, and so is Joe White. There's 5 in the Derby wall, and the first aim is to hit the target. It's been a real lively opening. 1-1. The free kick expert Kenny Lunt is out in the technical area. He's just working out where he wants 1 or 2 players to go. He's asking Charlie Finney and Colquitt and Cooney probably to join in. Free kick, here's White, left-footed. Oh, brilliant save! Absolutely stunning save from the goalkeeper. Hit the target, parried it out, corner, Pete.
You can't argue with the way it was hit, and the goalkeeper, who will have to see the goal again, well, might have been disappointed. I'm not sure whether Wildsmith could have done better, but he could have done much better with that save. Really came at it quickly, and the reflexes were great.
Corner left-hand side, left-footed delivery with pace, backstick Dimitriou, can't get on the end of it, might go out of play. It will do, and they need to get back in position. But a good few minutes for the League Two side, who've scored an impressive equalising goal against Derby County. 1-1 after 10 minutes, Peter. Get your breath back.
Yeah, well, that is such a boost, isn't it, to get such an emphatic response like that. Another, as I say, test of mentality proven by the Alex, and I'm pretty sure that everyone in this stadium was thinking that was almost it for the cup tie, and just because of the way that it was going to be anyway. But Aaron Rose certainly had other ideas, and now, as we've just seen, Joe White stung the hands of Wildsmith, and Crewe have had the upper hand in front of goal now.
Derby build, they attack right to left in the first half with Conor Hurahan looking across his halfway line for the support of Aaron Cashin. Ball played downfield, going to be kept in with a strong run by Louis Sibley. Going to take on Billington, and the expense, Billington stops the cross. First corner, Derby County on this left-hand side. 11 minutes of the game gone, and Aaron Rowe has started the game extremely well, and we've just seen one wonderful save from Joe Wildsmith from a great free kick taken by Joe White. But pressure on the Crewe defence now. Conor Hurahan is getting ready to deliver this corner. Plenty of movement around the penalty spot. Then it goes now, swinging out, headed around 6-yard box. Crewe have just about got it outside the penalty area, but the white shirts of Max Bird picked it up. Comes back 10 yards towards Corey Smith. Digs the ball to the edge of the penalty area. Crewe don't win that particular header. Billington didn't reach it, but he's fortunate, and they want a corner. Derby, and they're not getting a corner.
Just reflecting on that goal again, what a boost that is for Aaron Rowe, who was straight in the team when he came on loan pretty much, but then he picked up an injury and he struggled to get in. I actually thought in the first game against Derby, he was on the bench. The team was really weakened, but he still wasn't in it. He was on the bench, and I thought he looked a little bit down when he came on as a sub. Perhaps looked a little bit short of effort. I thought, Crewe wanted energy from him, and he didn't really give it. And sometimes that's a mentality thing. Sometimes that's a confidence thing. Well, he won't be short of confidence after that. It's a terrific goal, and after a good performance from him at the weekend as well. So hopefully his loan spell really is up and running now.
Derby on the ball on the halfway line. You're on BBC Radio Stoke on DAB and Freeview channel 726. Just down the road, it's still Burton 0, Port Vale 0. on 94.6 FM on FA Cup replay week. The winners of this tie will go at home to Bristol Rovers. Derby building slowly, as they like to do, with Conor Hourihane always involved in most things that Derby do going forward. Ball pumped forward towards Max Bird, running at the Crewe defence, tries to chip the ball over on this left hand side and does to Forsyth. It's in the penalty area, wild and wayward by Louis Sibley, and that will be a goal kick. And already they're working overtime, Lee Bell and Ryan Dicker. There's been plenty of messages. You've also seen Kenny Lunt out when they had that free kick a few minutes ago, Peter.
Yeah, they won't have been happy with Max Bird getting the ball to feet in midfield and turning so easily. Crewe are filtering back when Derby have possession. There shouldn't be that sort of gaps. You shouldn't be able to come and just play forward like that, and I think that's what's got Ryan Dicker on his feet and at the edge of his technical areas as the ball goes out of play from a Crewe goal kick.
Yeah, they were trying to play out from the back with Dimitriou playing the centre of the back three tonight. Not usually wayward with his passing out from the back, but he's organising it. He did lose possession. They've got to throw it inside their own half, and they're building from the left hand side with the central defender Cashin, who's allowed to run forward. Back on the halfway line again, Hourihane. He's probably has more possession than the Derby team. That's a long ball, that's a poor ball and given away. Finney has it, composed, offered, uses his goalkeeper, who may have to put the boot through it, but no, he's very confident to play it to this man who likes to make Crewe tick at the moment. Oh, that's a foul. Play foul, one of those that you just get, Peter, when the ball's knocked away from you. If you get a bit of a nudge, down you go. Free kick, Crewe.
It's great life being a fourth official, isn't it? He's just got a load of verbals from James Collins. What's he supposed to do about it? He's not giving the free kick. I think it was a free kick, yeah. Ryan Cooney made sure the referee had noticed, but the contact was there.
Approaching the first 15 minutes of the game gone, and it's been a lively opening. Derby in the lead inside the first 3 minutes from Tom Barkhausen, and a Crewe responding with a goal, an equalising goal just 3 minutes later with a wonderful solo effort from Alan Rowe, who fired it in left-footed into the bottom right-hand corner. And a couple of minutes after that, Joe Wildsmith made an outstanding save from a free kick from Joe White that was heading into the top corner. But we're all square at 1-1. Good read by Dimitriou, come out of his defending area there, and Rowe gets it back to Joe White, who wanted a foul there, and he's been pushed and pulled, and the referee said no, and he wasn't happy with that, with the first one from James Collins. He can be a little bit nasty in his time, and Lee Bell's now having a word with the fourth official. Why didn't you see that one, referee?
Well, I don't know. Is he supposed to step in, the fourth official? Can he? I don't know why they talk to the fourth official all the time. It was a foul. I think it was more or less an arm across the neck of Joe White. He stopped, then carried on.
White pings the ball downfield. Header forward, poor header by Derby, picked up by Adebisi, finds Baker Richardson, who got a whack on the ankle but turns away and runs forward. Had a quiet opening Adebisi, but he's got a different role tonight as Billington gets it back on the halfway line to White, to Billington. Crewe keep ball at the moment. White looks forward, pings the ball forward. Goalkeeper's coming a long way. He's got to get it. He hasn't got it yet, but then he manages to parry it down and pick it up second time. Took a bit of a risk there, but at the end he was showing confidence he was going to get it.
He did, but he telegraphed it a bit there, Joe White, didn't he? And gave the goalie a big clue as to where he was aiming. So he made up the ground quite easily. And sometimes keepers take it in two goes, and it looks like it's dangerous, but I think he was in control all the way.
Here's the danger here, because Wilson's got it down the right hand side, delivers into the penalty area. He's very quick, Kane Wilson. He's going to get a second bite of the cherry. Right hand side, back into the penalty area. Goalkeeper hasn't come, push in the back. Free kick, Crewe. And there was a bit of space over that right hand side, Pit. I noticed, didn't we, on Sunday when we played the first game? Kane Wilson came on and he gave him a different dimension because he's direct.
Yeah, he made a difference, didn't he? Gave him real thrust down that right hand side, and obviously with Rio Adebisi and Charlie Finney on opposing him down that side, you'd think, because Rio is a fullback, it's like two fullbacks for him to get past in theory. I know it won't always work out like that, but that might have been part of the thinking, because the only other time that Rio has played high up the pitch, he was on the right hand side, wasn't he? But maybe they've just done that to try and keep Wilson a little bit quiet.
Good flick on there to Adebisi from Baker Richardson. Edge of the penalty area. Baker Richardson continues his run on the left-hand side, puts it on his right foot, thought about the cross, slides it back. Poor play by Finney, didn't do well there, and lost possession. Crewe. Now they've got to get back in shape. Derby building, good interception. Dimitri was all over the pitch. He's in the right back position now, and he's won possession to White.
Sloppy play from both sides, wasn't it?
Yeah, dead right. Good spot, Pete. That's why we pay you big money.
Let me know when it's going to land in the bank.
Crewe building now, halfway line. But even if you're tuning our way, it's on FA Cup replay week. Port Vale are 0-0 at Burton, and Crewe are 1-1 here at Pride Park. Playing from the back. Offord slides it back to his goalkeeper in yellow goalkeeping attire tonight. Headed forward by Aaron Cashin, and it's out to Forsyth, the experienced Scotsman. Plays it in midfield. Crewe's won it through Colquitt. Lovely layoff now. Crewe on the attack. Ball forward for Adebisi. Can he hit the target here? Adebisi fired it. I thought he should have hit it first time. I thought he got a yard on them. They were breaking through, and once again Derby were backpedaling, and Crewe had them on the back foot, but they couldn't really get the way to strike. Throw in.
Yeah, he made it a little bit comfortable for Curtis Nelson there, didn't he? He was a long way out to hit it first time, but you can't expect to run in a straight line and shoot, you know, against a defender who's going to come across and just close that angle. It was a comfy block for him in the end, but again, encouragement for Crewe, winning the ball high up the pitch.
Full credit to Lee Bell and Ryan Dicker and Kenny Lunt. They've set the team up the best they could with what they've got available, and once again the whole lot of them are doing the business for them, as Paul Warner's finally taken his hat off, I think, and has come out of the dugout.
I'm fed up with Joe White playing well. I'm worried about him not staying in January. Now he needs to calm down. A brilliant little turn from him in midfield. Little drop of the shoulder, let the ball run across his body. Used his body as a screen, then took the hit, got the foul. He really is impressing week on week now. So calm yourself down, Joe, and just make sure you stay till the end of the season.
He's never looked back since I interviewed him, you know.
No,
is that anything to do with it?
That was a big boost for him. Massive boost.
Yeah, I never get any credit, you know. Ball's out of play, throwing down the right-hand side for the Rams. Anybody listening, give us a bit of credit. These lot never give me any. Can't believe I've had nothing to eat, no drink. I'm supposed to be in a Premier League ground. Here's Rose giving it away. Chance, he couldn't take it first time. Poor play. Rowe hitting one right-footed. Deflection! 2-1! Aaron Rowe takes a strike. It's Courtney Baker Richardson. Awful defending by Derby, and the Crewe players go to the wild, ecstatic Crewe fans because they're leading at Pride Park. It's Derby 1, Crewe 2. Rowe or Richardson. Take your pick, Peter Morse.
Well, we thought that Derby could be got at. We thought there was mistakes in their defence. It was just a question of whether Crewe could really get on the front foot and exploit that, but they've been winning the ball high up the pitch, and again we just thought the chance had gone. Aaron Rowe got it caught under his feet initially, but he strode forward. Derby backed off, this time with his right foot he pulled the trigger. Gotta say there was a big fortune with the deflection, but he earned his own fortune by being so positive, and all of a sudden it's looped into the back of the net. Those Alex supporters are barely sat down after the first goal, and they're up again celebrating too.
If you don't buy a lottery ticket, you never win. If you don't shoot towards goal, you'll never score.
Absolutely.
Who scored, Pete? Rowe or Richardson?
Was that how it came off?
Yeah.
Oh, was it? I thought it was off a Derby defender.
Well, Richardson went like that with his fist, so we'll have to get a view of it. That's what I was watching, his celebration, how he ran away.
We think it was a Derby.
All right.
This is why you don't get any credit, you see. You're asking for credit and you can't even...
I'm watching my man Richardson. I've just got my glued on him. I'm just giving him all the positives.
Speaking of credit, my prediction was brilliant, wasn't it? Crewe will find it too hard to score. Crewe nil.
Mine
brilliant.
was good as well, wasn't it? Prove us all wrong. 2-1, the League Two side lead. Paul Warren wasn't happy with the defending because it was awful, but they've got to be careful at the moment as they clear the lines. And they've won they haven't won a throw-in, because they gave the ball away cheaply, didn't they? The centre half just lost possession. and Rowe was on it, and he fired one in. He took a wicked deflection. Richardson was close to it, but he could have hit a Derby man at the end. I'll sum it up that way. But it doesn't matter. The scoreboard says the Rams 1, Crewe 2, midway point of the first half on DAB and Freeview Channel 726. You're live at Pride Park this Tuesday evening, the 14th of November. Derby down this left-hand side, ball forward towards Sibley, edge of the penalty area, dangerous here, looking to get a shot in. Max Bird gets it out on the right side to Wilson. He's going to run at the Crewe defence, goes past Adebisi, but not yet. He stops the cross. Excellent defending from him, but he's really quick, Kane Wilson.
Yeah, but that's what I was talking about. He's up against a winger, but that winger is a fullback, and he defended really well there. Rio Adebisi didn't buy the feints and the stop and goes, and was still there to block the cross in the end.
Corner, right side, left-footed for Derby, the second of the night for them. Hurahan will take it. Hit with real pace, headed down, that might be, no, nobody got a touch by Derby. Not happy because the goalkeeper never come and helped them out. It went all the way out for a throw, and he's complaining, but you can't complain about getting blocked off. You've got to make something happen, Pete.
Yeah, it was busy in there, but that's for them to sort out. Mickey Demetrio and Luke Offord will talk the youngsters like Harvey Davis and Billington through the game. I tell you what's a big boost for us tonight, Gray. No I follow. We can make any mistakes that we like, and nobody can. Oh, we're on the BBC website.
Oh, we're right.
Is that true?
Well, we make mistakes every time we go on from 3 o'clock or 7:45.
We're exposed.
That's part of the entertainment. That's what they tune in for. They don't want it perfect.
We're exposed again. Remember the glory days of just radio? We could say anything, couldn't we? No one knew.
Throw in, Rowe. That's a free kick. He's mauled down by the number 6, Cashin, on the left-hand side. And they're working overtime, the management team. They've never stopped, Bell and Dicker. Never stopped.
Trying to get the 10,000 steps in tonight, aren't they, both of them? So it's a bit of a stride out to that edge of that technical area. Got lots of room tonight. Enjoying it.
My man, Mr. Breeze, has put me right. And I'm crossing off CBR's 9th goal of the season. And I'm going to pick up Rowe, been handed the 2nd goal of his Crewe time. And Crewe pick up for a poor kick by goalkeeper Wildsmith. Offord. First time he's ventured over the halfway line. Now he's heading towards the corner flag. He holds the ball out of play. He's got to run back 100 yards.
Run out of ideas on pitch. But,
some fancy boots. Look at Aaron Rowe. You've got a real good view of him now, Pete. Would you be playing in them fancy boots Aaron Rowe's got on?
No, you've got to be a tricky good player for that. I just had black Adidas. No frills.
James Collins, Crewe doing the best to try and keep him quiet. 10 goals this season, 5 in his last 2. Got some messages on it.
No, don't worry. I'm just established there are no pictures of this game for anyone to watch.
No, it's just audio.
We'll get it all wrong tonight. Don't worry. Courtney Baker-Richardson, 9th of the season. Don't worry about that.
Crewe pressurising again. Under pressure, Cashin going towards his own goal to Wildsmith. Takes a touch, drills it up to Conor Hurahan. That's the man that is trying to make his team play. They're up over the halfway line now down this left-hand side. Infield it goes. Good play, good toe in the end, and it falls to... That's a foul again on Joe White, but he's keeping 3 white shirts off him. Oh dear, what skill. Took 3 out of the game. Good ball out on the left-hand side to Adebisi. Side down, referee said play on, you've got advantage. Finney to the left-hand side, delivers it across. Baker-Richardson! Oh, what a save! What a fantastic save from the goalkeeper. Baker-Richardson's heading it in the bottom corner, and somehow it's a la Gordon Banks save. Still 2-1.
And what a goal that'd have been, though. What a brilliant bit of play from Joe White. Individual ability in the tight of midfield, just twisting and turning. Didn't need to find a teammate. Wriggled free from 3 players, I think, before switching it. Rio was brave. He knew he was going to get clattered, but he set the move down the left-hand side, and the cross was great. Baker-Richardson was up. He couldn't have done much more with the header. No. Downwards, as always instructed by coaches, into that bottom corner, and Wildsmith has made 2 tremendous saves tonight.
Well, we got a great view of that. Now Crewe have a corner. Derby have got everyone back. Oh, poor corner. Got to win it back here. He's just passed it straight to Derby's number 17, Louis Sibley, up over the halfway line. I thought Finney should have stopped it, but he didn't, and it's now danger sign for Crewe. Barkay has it. Good defending by Cooney, and that all came about from Crewe's corner, which they work on, of course, but it didn't work this time. Free kick anyway. Oh no,
he's not giving it.
No, he's given a corner.
That's one way to turn attack into defence, isn't it? Bit sloppy from Joe White. He looked pretty tired as he went across to take the corner. Didn't quite put enough oomph into the pass to Finney, and the Rams were racing down the other end.
Different corner taker this time, left side, right footed. Referee just watching what's going on, whipped in with pace. Goal kick. They're not happy, Derby, and Richie Barker and Paul Wall will go now to the assistant and the fourth official. He's having it double barrel as we get 28 and a half minutes of the game gone, and well worth the BBC TV licence, this one, Pete.
Absolutely.
Not just because the lads are playing well, because you and I are entertaining.
Well, people. Exactly. It's a treat for all. And
wow, I'm just thinking, what saves he's made.
He has made, his second one was better as well.
Yeah,
I think
it was.
What a goal that would have been. What a shame, but we'll not grumble too much, because the Alex are doing very, very well. They've got themselves ahead, but probably equally importantly is that they're well in this game. They're matching Derby. They look dangerous, and they'll be full of confidence.
Here come Derby trying to respond, reaching the half-hour mark of a pulsating cup tie in terms of attacking play for Crewe Alexandra. They're 2-1 up, having gone a goal behind, but Derby just patiently building. Don't forget, they've got plenty of options and plenty of good players still out on the pitch. Barkhazen coming in off the left-hand side, whips across in. Whoops, wasn't quite there, but it went all the way through the penalty area. It was the man who's been scoring goals for fun, trying to get on the end of it. James Collins, of course, 32 years of age now, 11th club, very experienced player. Just put me right that the yellow cards don't count in cup ties, do they, for the league games?
Pretty sure that's the case, yeah.
Because I'm sure the goalkeeper won't be far off getting one tonight for time wasting.
What prediction that is.
I spotted it already. The Derby management team are onto the fourth official. The referee's just using those signals, come on a bit. As Derby build inside their own half, centre field. Halfway line is Forsyth. Won the last 5 FA Cup against lower league clubs have Derby. Vale in front, just down the road. Burton 0, Port Vale 1. The last time they played in the Cup, they were 5-1 winners, Derby, back in 1985 against Crewe. Ball in the Crewe penalty area. Goalkeeper doesn't come, and he had to make a save there, but I'm sure he should have. It was too easy for me. And it was Collins who put the header in, crossing for the right-hand side. Collins was on the end of it, down low, and it'd be a corner. I'm not sure. Crewe were very good at stopping that attack, Pete.
No, there probably wasn't enough contact there, but Collins is good in the air, isn't he? And he got up, and that was a good save from Harvey Davies. Not quite as far into the corner as Courtney Baker-Richardson's effort was, but that was a quick reflexes needed from him.
Corner left-hand side again, right-footed, hit with real pace. Goalkeeper doesn't get his punch. They want another corner, but he's coming for him. And he, what you could say is they had a little bit of lady luck. It was an interesting point that Paul Warren made in one of his interviews when he said we should have been testing the goalkeeper more than we did. Now, was he picking up on their first goal on that? What do you think?
Well, maybe. But if he's been watching Crewe games all season, he hasn't seen any other mistakes like that. That was the first mistake of that sort of nature that Harvey Davies has made all season. So
yeah, I agree with you. Ball's back on the edge of the penalty area. Crewe building patiently. Finney doesn't loop, but hooks it forward. And Crewe have got to pick up the pieces, and they haven't. Now they are intercepted with Dimitri, who's a calming influence in what he's doing, but he's put a ball back to Harvey Davies, who decides to play out from the back, and Crewe patiently do that, but now they've lost possession. Billington's touch took it away from him. Throw in. Derby want to take it quickly. Level with the Crewe penalty area. We're on DAB and Freeview 726. Both our local sides are in front. A long, long way to go, of course. Derby out on the right-hand side to live wire Kane Wilson. To the edge of the penalty area he goes. Trying to get the cross in. He does. The back stick. Cooney, no free kick. The referee says play on. Stayed down, a head injury. And it should have been a free kick and he didn't give it.
Well, he's saying foul, Lee Bell. The Derby coaching staff are of a different opinion. Ryan Cooney's signalling. Who's he pointing to? Is it the...
Cooney's not happy with the challenge on him. The referee's bringing him to him, said he led with his elbow.
Well, it's given Lee Bell the opportunity to pass on some coaching tips to Courtney Baker-Richardson, who's come across to collect them and probably dispense them amongst his teammates.
Looks like it's a long throw then, does it, Pete? How we're lining up?
I don't know, he's got the...
Well, no, he's going to drop the ball and on this left-hand side.
The Crewe got a switch on because it'll be straight in the Alex box if they're not alert, and it doesn't look like they're alert enough to me. They've got to close that distance.
Forsyth, back to Hourahan. Edge of the penalty area, back to Forsyth, back to Hourahan. Crewe working hard, but it's across the centre of the pitch now. Over the halfway line goes Cashin. Still got possession. Crewe haven't had a touch since the drop ball was taking place. That's an overhit cross, and that's an awful cross as well. And it's gone out down Crewe's left-hand side for a throw in. 34.5 minutes of the game gone. Crewe fell a goal behind after 3 minutes. Tom Barquazen capitalising on a mistake. Then Crewe hit back with a screamer from Alan Rowe. Fantastic save from Joe White. Free kick from Wildsmith. Crewe in front when a run from Rowe. Short his shot. Cannon off a Derby player into the back of the net for 2-1. Then some outstanding play in build-up. Saw the end product. Courtney Baker-Richardson had a fantastic save from Joe Wildsmith. Kept them 2-1 at the scoreline. The Crewe fans are still in great voice, having made that short trip across the East Midlands tonight from South Cheshire. Their team lead by 2-1 with 10 minutes to go to half-time.
Well, we talked about game management. Plan A didn't go very well, did it? But perhaps Plan B, get to half-time with this slender leading intact, can be executed better by the Alex. Long 10 minutes that'll be, but that's what they've got to look to do.
Well, the goalkeeper's headed it, and he's got to get back quickly because it's a throw in, and they've taken it quickly. James Collins up against Dimitrio. Oh, nice play from Crewe, but that's a bad challenge. That's an awful challenge on the Adebisi. And they're not happy, the Crewe fans, and Joe White was in there. I think it'll only be a yellow. Cooney's just getting involved as well.
There's a shock.
Not quite sure. He's Adebisi, I think, who's down,
yeah, yeah, well, it's a yellow and a half to me. I don't think the ref can send him off for that. There's probably not enough there, but I thought it was a nasty tackle, a lunge. Pretty dangerous.
Desperate lunge.
Yeah.
Number 17, Louis Sibley, that is.
Hopefully Rio's okay. But it was one really when the referee, if the referee's, applying common sense, I think he's given the right card, but he should be saying to Sibley, you are on thin ground now, because if there was a sin bin or these things that will probably come in the future, he'd be sat in it now, I think, because that was more than your average yellow card.
Yeah. Well analysed, Peter. Free kick to Crewe just outside the penalty area on their left-hand side. And Davis, the goalkeeper, takes it right-footed. Baker-Richardson tries to flick his header on. Colquitt gets help to win the ball, but Derby get it back inside the Crewe half. Trying to build up. Good toe. Throw in for Crewe. Derby fans are quiet now at the moment. They've had an excellent run of late as well. They've unbeaten in the last 4 fixtures, 3 wins, 1 draw, 3-0 winners on Saturday against Barnsley. But Crewe also in good form themselves. Excellent win took them to 4th in the table. No game on Saturday, having beaten Notts County at the weekend. Ball pumped forward by Cooney. Here's Baker-Richardson. Didn't get on the end of it this time, using his body strength, but Derby play it downfield, and Dimitriou once again shows quality to get the ball down and backs himself every time, Pete, doesn't he? Here's Cooney now. Can he advance over the halfway line? Good ball forward. Baker Richardson trying to get on the end of it. That's good defending, but in the end the pressure was good from Crewe, and I think we'll see the first long throw from Mickey Dimitriou.
Well, he's looked to the bench and got the nod from Lee Bell, so he's going to, as you say, hurl this one into the penalty area, although not sure there's any point if Crewe don't put anyone in the penalty area.
Well, at the moment they're not doing many, they're just walking into the penalty area.
Someone's going to have to go.
He's lining it up now. I think they're going to be one target, and hopefully Colkett, Finney or White can get on the end of it. Here goes the throw now. Derby headed clear. Dimitriou keeps it in play, but till the goalkeeper will come and gather it. And you're right, Pete, it was a waste of time throw.
Well,
it
drives, I say it every week and I bore myself, but what defenders are allowed to get away with, I mean, Cashin was virtually piggybacking on Baker Richardson then. They just, both arms round his neck. I can't believe what the referees turn a blind eye to, although I don't expect any different. And the worst thing is neither does Baker Richardson, didn't even appeal for anything.
Ball's on the halfway line with Derby. Back inside their own half now. Rowe trying to get on the end of it using his speed, and he is going to get on the end of it. And he's done really well pressurising there. Cashin very fortunate that he just about got it away. Good work from Rowe. And the Crewe fans opposite where we are didn't get a great view of that, but we did, but they appreciated it, Pete.
Yeah, and they've almost gone up like a goal because he's absolutely grafted on. And honestly, I'm convinced it's the confidence that's surging through his veins from those goals that's made him just put in that extra percentage there.
Here go the Derby attack down the right hand side, stopped by Adebisi, but they're going to pick up the loose ball. Horahan's in possession of it at the moment. Wide on the left is Forsyth, edging towards 6 minutes plus added time to go. Derby 1, Crewe 2, Burton 0, Port Vale 1. You're on BBC Radio Stoke as Derby keep the ball. They've gone from left to right. Kane Wilson will run at Crewe's left full back. Charlie Finney, who's there at the moment, goes back 10 yards. Into the penalty area it goes now. Deflected, picked up. Derby try a firing long range shot, and Joe White blocks it. So much so that it went about 30 yards, flying out of play on the right hand side. Thrown into Curtis Nelson, who has, of course, local connections in Stoke-on-Trent. And out on this left-hand side now is Forsyth. Rowe has to do his job well, and he has done at the moment. Giving Forsyth a lot of thought about his play, and that's a throw in to Derby, midway inside the Crewe half. Horahan. Cooney wins the challenge. Poor ball back, just got away with it there. And they've won a goal kick, but it was a short pass back. And Billington it was who didn't put the right pressure behind the pass, but got away with it in the end.
It was Mickey Dimitriou sweeping across on the cover there on his right foot, but his attempted clearance was blocked out for a goal kick, and Crewe are going to go long with this one.
Rowe picking it up on the halfway line. Loses out, that's the danger sign there. Losing out, didn't play right this time. Cashin robbed him, he's got the man over. That man over is Sibley, edge of the penalty area, can't get his shot in. Now he can, left footed, great block. But Crewe is still searching to get the ball away. Here comes the cross on the left hand side, surely from Barkhuizen. He's going to the byline now. Delivers the cross into the penalty area, great header. And Crewe got away with it just about, but it's not yet cleared. All down to losing possession. Derby fans are urging their team forward with this particular spell of pressure. Wilson delivers the cross. Collins is peeled off, and Cooney can't get it out of play at the moment. Now it has dropped out of play. Throw in.
Those two magnificent pieces of defending from Luke Offord. A block and then a header right under his own crossbar. Really, really good stuff from the captain.
Ball's on this left-hand side for Derby. Crewe have got to withstand this pressure edging towards half-time. Ball behind the defence, but it's picked up by Collins, trying to wriggle past the Crewe defenders, cross the face of the goal, great defending. Now they've got to get it clear, and they have. Lovely play, confident play to bring it clear, but there was a spell of pressure there, Pete, that was dangerous.
Yeah, it was Finney at the back post on that occasion. It just shows you Aaron Rowe, don't want to knock him. He's got 2 good goals for Crewe and been excellent, but really delayed, was robbed, and Derby were on the front foot.
What play again from Joe White. Terrific build-up, gets it out on the left-hand side, and again the move breaks down. And that's what Crewe are doing now. They're just handing the initiative with mistakes. Derby build on the right-hand side with Bird going to try and take on Offord. Slowed it up a little bit, Crewe, so they're back in position now. Edging towards the last few minutes of the game, and hit the crossbar, I think. Or the goalkeeper saved it on the crossbar, and it was Max Bird who fired in a long-range shot, and it caused problems. Good save at the end, Peter.
It was a good save in the end. Must have got a slight fingertip to it, Harvey Davis, but again, Crewe, to have any chance in this game. They're winning it 2-1, they're doing brilliantly, but they've got to look after the ball more carefully than they have the last 2 possessions. They've just literally gifted it to Derby and exposed the team, because in both occasions they were high up the pitch and looking on the front foot.
Corner gone short this time to Barkes. Good fire, good gloves by the goalkeeper. He shouldn't have been beaten from there anyway, but he got it well, Barkes, and hit the target. But here come Derby again, curling into the back stick, and that'll be a corner, and the pressure mounting now. Crewe could do it at half time.
They could do with it, but they're not going to get it quite yet. Still some work to be done. All hands to the pump in the Alex box.
44 minutes of the game gone. Kane Wilson left side right footed. 2-1 the League 2 side lead. Referee's holding up play, bit of a pulling of shirts, and that'll do Crewe good, I think. Just take a breather.
Thought we were going to have Argy Bargy then.
No, not yet.
I don't want to have a game without Argy Bargy.
I can't mention Bargy because I'm thinking of food, onion Bargy. And we've had no food.
You haven't mentioned that.
No, I can't believe it. Waiting for the corner to be taken by Kane Wilson. There's a lot of movement in that penalty area. Crewe need to be firm. Good, strong header. Wide of the target from a Derby player. Bit of a knock on the head for one of the Crewe players. And we've got stoppage time looming. And probably I'm going to go for 4 minutes, Pete. What are you going for?
Might be a little bit longer than that. I'm not sure whether the trainer's going to be needed there. Not sure who it is. Is it Lewis Billington? It's Luke Offord. Just tried to get up. Courtney Baker-Richardson told him to stay down, but we're not going to have any treatment, and the board's going up.
3 minutes.
Well, that's good. Well done.
Well, Crewe Alexandra have given a great account of themselves in this first half. Hope for the same in the second half if they can see it out at 2-1, because it's only been 2 outstanding, and I mean outstanding saves from Joe Wildsmith, has stopped Crewe being further in front in this game. Now they're on the attack again. Ball pumped forward, just overhit by Adebisi, unfortunately. And it's bowled out by Wildsmith to the right-hand side to Curtis Nelson. Gets it up towards Wilson, who's getting higher and higher up the pitch. Ball pumped forward. Dimitriev didn't win his header. Collins up against Billington. It's dangerous here. Swivel and turn for him, and another corner. Good block in the end. That it needed it because he was really pinning his man. And it's a corner on the right-hand side.
You just don't hear that. Dimitriev didn't win his header, hardly ever, but
no, he didn't.
He didn't, and the flick on caused problems.
Right side, left-footed. Stoppage time. We're in. 2-1 for Crewe. Here's Hurahan. Hit with pace. Crewe got to win the header, and they have. Now it's all about the second phase clearing it. It's back inside the 6-yard box, bouncing around. Derby picking it up. Shot towards goal. Easy for Harvey Davis. Down he goes. And there's 90 seconds of the 3 minutes of added time gone here. Live second half commentary to come on BBC Radio Stoke. All the half-time sports news and half-time scores with Phil Bowers once the final whistles have blown in our first period of our 2 games tonight. And we'll be back on DAB and Freeview 726 with second half commentary. Good shout there to Billington. Got a good call there, and he got it on his chest. Harvey Davis lit it downfield, going towards the final minute of the first half. Joe White has been exceptional. Colkett controlled on the ball. Slides it back towards the captain Offord. Goes wide on the left to Finney. Coming in field, Finney gets away from his man well. Crewe keep the ball and Offord slides it up towards Rio Adebisi, playing full of confidence this season, keeping the ball well. Bit of good game management, not sure that was the right pass, but Courtney Baker-Richards is going to make something of it. Oh, he didn't need to foul there. It was a little bit of lucky pick because I don't think it would have been a Crewe ball.
I thought he was in behind the defence then, but the ball was just curling away from him, wasn't it? And he tried to run it down, just stuck out a leg, but Crewe quickly filter back into position.
Derby building as we go to the final seconds of the first half. Colker has come through 45 minutes near enough very well. Done his job for the team on his recall after a lengthy injury. Great pro. We've had a terrible time with injury since he's come to Crewe. The 3 minutes are almost up. But Derby will fancy there's one last attack. Ball downfield. Wilson's quick. Got to get across there. Charlie Finney, and he's got to stop it, and he hasn't stopped it yet, but now he has, and the ball's out of play. And the first 45 minutes, surely Crewe Alexandra fans are going to give it their team a real rousing send-off into the dressing room to come out for the second half, Pete.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be delighted with it because they've made the trip down the A50 in hope rather than expectation, but I think they've come to expect a proper effort from this Alex team, this squad, and they've certainly got that. They've got some quality too. They've got a good scoreline so far.
There goes a half-time whistle blown by Chris Pollard, who's come all the way up from Suffolk, but those Crewe fans who haven't made that long of a journey are delighted with what their team has given them once again, whatever the result may be at the end of the night. They've certainly given a great exhibition of attacking play and have only been denied further goals by two outstanding saves from Joe Wildsmith. But Crewe lead at the half-time whistle, and we've got live second half commentary to come on DAB and Freeview 726. But at half-time here, Phil, as you know, it's Derby 1, Crewe 2.
Well, indeed. I almost lost my voice then. We didn't think this, did we? Derby losing at home to Crewe. Burton losing at home to Vale. Well, wasn't on the cards, but Pete Morse, what cards they've been dealt so far? It's been an exhilarating first half. I think it's fair to say that maybe both Crewe goals took us a little bit by surprise, the way in which they went in, but fair play to them. They've taken on a very strong Derby team. They've stood toe-to-toe to them and given as good as they've got.
Yeah, I think they have. Maybe it's up to us to stop being surprised, because they keep doing it, don't they? And we keep thinking, well, this is a step too far and this is going to be too hard. But, well, no, not so far. I mean, Derby have looked threatening at times. Harvey Davies has made a couple of good saves, but I think the best two saves so far have been by Joe Wildsmith. Brilliant saves from Joe White's free kick and Courtney Baker-Richards' header, as well as the two that he had to pick out of the back of the net. So Lee Bell will be delighted with the performance that his players have put on.
We're not exaggerating to say with that if you've been listening on 94.6 FM and you've just joined us, that Crewe could be 4-1 up here, really, couldn't they? They
really could, because I thought they were exceptional saves from the goalkeeper, saves you wouldn't expect him to make. He was unlucky. Crewe were lucky with the deflected strike from Aaron Rowe for the second goal. The first one was clean as a whistle, just fizzed and skipped off the turf into that bottom corner. And it's Rowe will be delighted. I think it's done him the world of good. He's coming to the fore now, and he's got a spring in his step. He's up and running on the score sheet. But all across the pitch, I think they've had decent performances, some excellent individual bits of defending from Luke Offord in particular. I think Joe White's been superb in midfield. All across the pitch, everyone's put in a shift. They're giving everything they can for the shirt, and so far they're just edging it.
Aside from the two goals, Aaron Rowe has worked really, really hard off the ball, closed down the left back or the centre half that he's been up against, and he's complemented Baker Richardson really well. You don't often see that from a lone player, do you? You often see that they like to do the fancy things, but this lad looks really, really committed, and he's been rewarded with two very good goals.
Yeah, and credit to him, but that's necessary tonight. They've got to run tonight. They've got to close Derby down. They've got to stop them getting space anywhere across the pitch. And yeah, he's been setting the example there. Courtney Baker, all of them are really putting in the hard yards. And we know that they're running on empty a little bit, but they've just got a little bit of time off in front of them. They've got a weekend off. I think they're going to get an extended rest, and I'll already say that they've well deserved it. And if they can match that performance, match that work rate, and and work ethic in the second half. Nobody can ask for more. If they, whether they win, lose, whatever happens, if they put a shift in like they have done in the first 45 minutes, I think those supporters opposite from us will go home proud and satisfied.
Been a good first 45 for Crewe here at Pride Park. They lead Derby by 2-1. It's not been a bad first 45 minutes for the Vale either. They lead by 1-0 at Burton. The former Vale defender Leon Legg is part of our commentary team at the Pirelli Stadium. Leon, just tell me the story of the first half. How's it gone?
It's a really good first half from Port Vale. It took 5 or 10 minutes to get into the game, and good performances from Rhys Waters and Tom Conlon in centre mid. Burton haven't really been able to get hold of the midfield, and Port Vale have outrun them really, and can't really deal with Uche either. It's literally the same as the first game. He's been a menace up top, and we've created a few chances and really should be maybe 2 or 3.
That was the case on Saturday, where they played really well in the first half, were a goal up, maybe should have been 2 up, but then we all know what happened. Do you think that psychologically that they've got a bit of a battle in the second half not to fall into that same trap again? Because Vale have been in this position before quite a few times, but have dropped points or have made mistakes. Do you think that psychologically that it's going to be a big second half for them?
I expect Burton to come out and try and press higher and put a bit of pressure on Vale. So if they can soak that up, I think they'll have a good second half. They just have to withstand the pressure, obviously away from home, and keep getting on the ball and open up through the midfield and keep the confidence by keeping that ball and being patient, because Burton, the way they've pressed, they've not really pressed as you expect a Burton team to press. They've allowed Vale for the last half an hour really to open them up and pick them apart really, and that's what Vale need to do. Just keep getting on the ball and keep getting it up to Uche and just create chances that way, and it's just continue what the first half and carry on with what they've been doing in the first half.
And before we let you go have your cup of tea, a quick word for Gavin Massey. He gets a bit of stick, but on a night like tonight, you need somebody who knows his way around the penalty area, and he's proven to be the goal scorer. Is he looking up for it tonight, Gavin Massey?
Definitely, and you could see straight after he'd scored, there was a bit more energy from him, if you like. But it's getting in that area where he's sniffed out a chance, and he's just easy tapping for him, and he looked a bit more lively after he scored, and hopefully he can take that into the second half.
Leon, for now, thank you very much indeed. That's Leon Legg, part of our commentary team. Full second half commentary to come on 94.6 FM of the Vale's FA Cup first round replay at Burton Albion. They lead there by 1-0 by virtue of Gavin Massey's solitary goal. Here at Pride Park, Crewe lead by 2-1 against Derby in their first round replay as well. Lots of other first round replays going on up and down the country as well. Not going too well for Horsham. They are just past the half-time mark there. Horsham 0, Barnsley 3. These others are all half-time scores. Accrington Stanley 1, Doncaster Rovers 0. Burton 1, Nil Vale 1. We know about Derby 1, Crewe 2 as well. Forest Green have put Scarborough to the sword. Forest Green 4, Scarborough Athletic 1. It's a real close one though at Blundell Park. Grimsby Town 3, Slough Town 2. And Slough were 2-2 apiece at one point in that as well. Salford took an early lead against Peterborough at Moor Lane, but they're now 3-1 down at home there after going a goal up in the 4th minute, and the all non-league tie at York is currently going the way of the home side. York 1, Chester 0. We've got some EFL trophy ties tonight as well. Blackpool 2, Morecambe 0. Real good one going on to Stevenage. Stevenage lead Crystal Palace's under-21s by 4-2. Reading lead by the same scoreline against Arsenal's under-21s. Few first teamers in that side for Arsenal as well. Reading 4, Arsenal under-21s 2. Bristol Rovers, who await Crewe if they beat Derby in this first round replay in the second round. They lead away at Newport County by 1-0. Carlisle 1, Harrogate 0. Tranmere 0, Wigan 0, Stockport 0, Bolton 2, and former Vale defender Mal Benning has got himself a goal, and what's a bit of a thriller at the New Meadow, even though it is the trophy after all. Shrewsbury Town 3, Walsall 2. That one was a very early kick-off, and they have only got around 10 minutes to go left in that one. Shrewsbury 3, Walsall 2. We've got lots more to come, including full second half commentary on both of our games, and we'll take a look at the rest of the day's sports news, and we'll also hear from a Cheshire-based gold medalist next.
I learnt yesterday there's almost 14,000 witches living in the United Kingdom.
Stuart George.
Mel got in touch from Endon. She is a witch. Have you got a broomstick?
Yes.
Pointy hat?
No.
Black cat?
2.
Cauldron?
Yes, 3.
Why are broomsticks significant?
So a broomstick, you use it for protection. If you've got somebody come in your house and you wanted them to leave, turn your broomstick upside down so they'll go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do I have to be a witch to do that, or can I just do it at home for myself?
Stuart George.
There's often people round. I wish they'd go now.
Weekday mornings from 10.
BBC Radio Stoke. The only station with full commentary of Stoke, Vale and Crewe.
BBC Radio Stoke.
Phil Bowers with you for midweek sport on a Tuesday night. FA Cup first round replays both here at Pride Park and at the Pirelli Stadium for you. We've got full second half commentary coming up on both of those games. Currently Burton Albion 0, Port Vale 1, and here Derby 1, Crewe Alexandra 2. But we'll turn our attention away from football for just a second. Cheshire's Bryony Page won her second individual trampoline world title on Sunday by winning gold at the World Championships in Birmingham. The two-time Olympic medalist came away with bronze medals, 2 in the women's synchronised final and the team all-round final, but it was that individual gold that really grabbed the headlines, and she spoke to BBC Radio Stoke's Lee Blakeman on breakfast.
Hasn't really sunken in yet. I think I keep getting like a little every now and then, just a little moment where I'm like having to pinch myself. It was just yesterday was like such an amazing experience to be able to kind of perform the routine in front of a home crowd and win in front of a home crowd. It was really amazing. Like you said, like you could hear the crowd just before I get onto the trampoline to compete. Like it was rumbling. Like the roar of the audience was amazing. It really like boosted me. Gives a bit more nerves, a bit more adrenaline. Just really, really exciting to compete in front of a home crowd. Everyone has been absolutely amazing. It hasn't really sunk it in yet, but definitely over the moon.
How extra special does that make it that you've done it just down the M6 from where you're from?
It made it absolutely, it's just unreal. So my first World Championships in 2021, and it was kind of a COVID sort of, they weren't allowing any external people to watch, so only the competitors could watch the competition and the judges and support staff, so they couldn't have an audience really. So it was just an amazing kind of to make up for that, I think, as well, like having such a big crowd in a home event. It was just so amazing. Like it gives me shivers, and just like I said, like the sound, everyone supporting, just so fantastic.
When you've got the crowd in there making as much noise as that, a crowd as big as that, does it kind of encourage you as a professional athlete, or does it add to the nerves as well?
Actually, like leading into the competition, I've done a lot of work with my sports psychologist to kind of deal with a home crowd, because for me it makes me a little bit more nervous. I'm a bit more like conscious of people watching me. So I just needed to prepare myself for that, because I knew it was going to raise my nerves, and just had to be really like mentally focused on what I wanted to do in the competition, and like how to perform my routine and thinking about that. But when I actually got there, just started to really enjoy the atmosphere. Like instead of being kind of worried about it, I was like, it's going to lift my nerves and I'm going to go for the hard routine. So actually it's going to be the very, very helpful to be able to kind of go for that and be motivated to do it. So it was really, really amazing.
Cheshire's Bryony Page there talking to BBC Radio Stoke's Lee Blakeman about her gold medal at the World Trampolining Championships at the weekend. She did remarkably well. I caught the back end of the routine actually, and she was amazing. It's hard to see how someone can do that and still not be dizzy at the end of it. But then again, she is a world gold medalist, so I suppose she would know. We've got plenty of other sport going on as well, but we'll stick with football just for now. As I say, full second half commentary coming up. The Aston Villa defender Ezri Konsa says that his head coach Unai Emery has made him a man and a leader as he looks to earn his first international cap with England this week. Konsa got his call up to the England squad from Gareth Southgate ahead of their Euro 2024 qualifier against Malta this Friday, and the 26-year-old said he never stopped believing he was good enough to play for his country.
I knew I had a lot to work on in my game. Only recently now, the last 2 seasons, we've, excelled, at Villa, and that part of it has helped me, become the player that I am today. So definitely not, I knew my time would come, but it was just a matter of when. So I was patient, and like I said, I'm proud, and me and my family are really happy.
Yeah, England face Malta in a Euro 2024 qualifier this Friday. They've had a couple of players pull out of the squad, actually. Jude Bellingham and Levi Colwill both pulled out of the England squad today because of injury. And we're going into an international break, but we're not bothered about that now. We don't care about international football because we've got FA Cup football here, and the things are just about to start. They're back out at the Pirelli Stadium. They're coming back out here at Pride Park. So if you want to listen to Vale away at Burton, they lead by a goal to 0. That's on 94.6 FM. And if you want to listen to Crewe, who are 2-1 up here at Derby, that one is on DAB and Freeview.
Greenhoff's hard drive pushed out to Eastham. Boyle has scored! Stein has opened the scoring! The goal from Dean Ashton! Stoke City are in the Premier League! 5 in an FA Cup semi-final! Alexandra are going back to Wembley! Port Vale win promotion!
This is BBC Radio Stoke.
Yes, welcome back to Pride Park as we get ready for our second half commentary game on DAB Digital Radio and Freeview 726, where Crewe Alexandra, the League 2 side, have come from a goal behind to lead 2-1 going into this second half. The winner of this time will be at home to Bristol Rovers in round 2, and let's hope that those travelling 800 or so Crewe fans that are here can be celebrating the way home, and then looking forward to another FA Cup tie coming up at the Mournflake Stadium in the not too distant future. But Derby will be after Crewe, of course. They are the big club, they are the strong favourites, and there will be more pressure coming on Paul Warne if his team don't overturn this 2-1 deficit. Derby will get the game underway. They will attack left to right in the second half. No substitutes used by Lee Bell or Paul Warne. Settle back on this Tuesday night. We're underway. Peter Morse, your thoughts?
Well, start of the first half didn't go well. Start of the second half's got to go better. I think Paul Warne will have probably given his players a rocket. Lee Bell certainly would have needed to do that.
Good win there by Courtney Baker-Richardson. Rio Adebisi couldn't carry the ball with him down the left-hand side. Been asked to play in a different role tonight. Crewe making 3 changes from Saturday. Obviously Conor O'Riordan away on international duty, but they decided that Shiloh Tracy and Connor Thomas should have a breather there on the bench as Derby build on the right-hand side with Kane Wilson, who's going to take on Adebisi. Edge of the penalty area, trying to get the cross in with his right foot. Oh, Adebisi goes to the ground too easy. Danger here, ball in the penalty area, headed out well by Billington. Final shot towards goal and hit the Derby player going out, and it went out for a goal kick. Now what's happened in the half-time pit, it's also been raining here at the Pride Park Stadium, and that might have not helped Rio Adebisi, who slipped to the ground when under pressure from Kane Wilson.
Well, I think he went for the dummy, to be honest. I'm not sure he was trying to keep his feet. He thought that Wilson was going to cross the ball, slid to block it. He chopped it back, the Derby man, and Rio was still sliding off the pitch. But Billington won the header, fortunately, and Crewe were able to avert the danger in the end.
Ball's back with Harvey Davis, who's getting plenty of shouts already from the Derby contingent to my right-hand side. Behind that end, the fans are 2 sides of this ground open. Not got the official attendance yet, but I'll go for around about 7,800. Crewe lead from 2 goals from Aaron Rowe. The one took a big deflection, the second one, but it didn't matter from his shot as Derby give the ball away. Poor ball by Joe White. He had admitted that. He hit it too quickly. It's gone straight through to Joe Wildsmith. White been outstanding in the first period of the game, as have all Crewe players. They've all done the job. Now they've got to try and see it out tonight. Tom Booth, Connor Thomas, Shiloh Tracy, Callum Agus, Lewis Nolan and Nathan Robinson. 6 substitutes called on by Lee Bell. Can name 9, but he hasn't got 9 players to fill those positions. Over the halfway line goes Curtis Nelson, gets it out to Wilson. Looking again to take on Adebisi. To the byline he goes, gets the cross in. Crewe got to stop it going out from the corner, and they do. Good defending by Adebisi this time, so he should know what he's up to, Wilson, and Crewe would have earmarked what he's trying to do.
Yeah, and he can live with him. He can live with him physically, he can live with him for pace, Rio. He's just got to stay on his feet, and he did much better there. Stayed on his feet, was still able to get the block, and Harvey Davies could collect. Derby pressing really high, stopping Crewe from playing out.
Colquitt up to the halfway line to Courtney Baker, who lost touch of the ball there, and Derby pick it up centre circle with Aaron Cashin. Feeds it back to his number 12 Cody Smith. Smith brings it out on the right hand side, and it comes eventually to Wilson. Had more touch than anybody else in the opening stages of the half. Going to be cleared up between Finney and Offord. Nice skill by Finney, but we're still deep inside the own penalty area. Crewe are confidently going to get the ball clear now, or you're going to get a whack.
It's brilliant from those two, though.
I know. I thought if you don't get rid of it shortly, you're going to get a whack.
So cool and calm, Finney and Offord. A couple of Cruyff turns in there, I think, in their own penalty area.
Nice ball forward. Here goes 2-goal man Rowe. Slides it out to Colquitt over the halfway line. Hits a long ball forward to Baker Richardson. Trying to get him in. Crewe trying to pick it up with Cooney. Cooney still working on. Baker Richardson using his strength. Referee sees a free kick, and they were under pressure there, Derby. It was a free kick, Pete. But again, they were making mistakes.
They do. They can be got at. I wasn't sure it was the right ball from Colquitt, but even though it didn't really find the target initially, Crewe were able to apply pressure, and Derby have been cracking under pressure. Those defenders.
A bit tight there, but they've lost possession. Derby going back inside their own half. 4.5 minutes of the game gone on DAB and Freeview 726. Derby 1, Crewe 2. In our other featured game, Burton 0, Port Vale 1. 4th round last season for Derby, beaten by West Ham. Crewe out to Barnsley. Just giving the ball away a little bit hurriedly there. Cooney. Sibley has it. Left foot strike blocked. Still dangerous here. Not yet cleared out the penalty area. It is in the end by Finney. Derby fans are after their team to get back on level terms and lift the tempo of the game. Corey Smith looks right again to Wilson. This time he's got Finney up against him. He'll fancy taking him on, and he does to the byline. Looking to get the cross in. Well done, Finney. Stops that first block, but Derby pick it up to Bird into the penalty area. That's quite easy for the goalkeeper inside the 6-yard box. And captain Dimitrio, not captain of the team, but Dimitrio says time to relax. And a little bit of a problem for Charlie Finney, and there's a sub already used, and he's gone, Charlie Finney.
Well, I mean, the Derby fans thinking this is a time-wasting tactic, but it won't be. Unfortunately, Charlie Finney, I noticed he was rubbing his calves. The calves have been what he's been struggling with, this season, and he was rubbing his calves just as the second half kicked off. So this is no time-wasting. This is, unfortunately, a situation where I don't think Charlie Finney can come on. I think Crewe are making 2 changes.
Shiloh Tracy's ready to come on as well. That is an interesting one. So whether there's a little problem with another player, Charlie Finney's definitely going off, which is a blow for him on a personal note. Just can't keep going in the team. Gets an applause from the supporters. And Connor Thomas, who was given a little bit of a breather, will come on and go into the midfield area. Rio Adebisi will definitely go to left back, won't he, Pete?
Yeah, and that's probably why Shiloh Tracy is required. Be interesting to see who comes off for him. Might be Colquitt.
So off goes Charlie Finney, on comes Connor Thomas, and off comes Charlie Colquitt. Yeah, he's not gone off yet, Charlie Colquitt, has he? Doesn't know it's him, does he, Pete?
He does now. Well, hopefully he's coming off without a problem, so that's a good 50 minutes of football under his belt.
Yeah, well, there's a good rapport between the management team and Charlie Colker. They made the decision at the right time to save the player. Derby fans are not happy, but Crewe have got Shiloh Tracy on now and Connor Thomas. So Charlie Finney and Charlie Colker off. 52 minutes of the game gone. Derby fans are unhappy, but they would be. They're 2-1 down to a League Two side.
Well, listen, I thought Finney and Colquitt both did well, but you would argue that Crewe are actually stronger now with those two players on the pitch, assuming they're in condition to be strong.
Here's first touch for Shiloh Tracy. Back on the halfway line to Offord. Looks forward, pings the ball forward. Richardson's made a good run in behind the defence. Good defending in the end by Curtis Nelson to get it clear. Won back by Joe White to Adebisi on this left-hand side. It's all a bit messy at the moment.
Oh, our assistant referee changed his mind a couple of times, gave it to Crewe in the end. Thought he was attempting semaphore at one point. He was going all over the place with his flag, but just the signal the Alex's way in the end.
Doncaster and Sutton to come in the league next for Crewe. They've also got a game against Newcastle's under-21s in the EFL Trophy game that means nothing, only a bit of prize money. Dimitrou clears his lines. Adebisi can't get it under control. Dimitrou against James Collins. It's a good battle, the two experienced players there. It's helped out by White, who clears it up to the halfway line. Dimitrou trying to head it forward, and the ball's with Curtis Nelson. Slides it to Kane Wilson, who pings it all the way back to Joe Wildsmith. Ball's out on the left-hand side for Derby to build with Craig Forsyth. Play the 1-2. Now they've got runners. Good ball in. The goalkeeper's going to come and gather it. Holds on to it well. Nice play though by Derby down the left-hand side. Thrown out to Adebisi. Not the best throws, but they've got it clear. And Shiloh Tracy will bring some pace to the game. Being pulled back over the halfway line. Certainly a free kick. The referee's going to blow it, surely. Yeah, well done, referee.
It's got to be a yellow card as well, hasn't it? It's pretty blatant. When the referees don't, I'd love to get the referee and say, why is that? What justification for not giving a yellow card is that?
Here's Manuel, Faulty Towers waiter. Oh no, it's Phil Bowers. He's bought the drinks, and what a man! He's coming again. You haven't missed any goals, Phil, but there's two changes have been made by Crewe. Just bring you up to date. Well done. Oh, he's got everything. Well, he's got coffee. Free kick goes in, poor by Joe White. He knows it was. Straight to the goalkeeper. Chats continue between Lee Bell and Ryan Dicker. Bell in his 54th game in charge, seeing his side 2-1 up here at Pride Park. He was in the team that was last here in the FA Cup when David Vaughan scored the goal in a 5-1 defeat. Joe White wins the ball over the halfway line, sets Baker Richardson off down the right-hand side, taking on the number 6, Cashin. Baker Richardson's got to take the ball with him, and he's won. Oh, no, he hasn't. He thought he was won something, but the assistant points to goal kick.
A bit of a shove in the back on Baker Richardson then, but the assistant was in close quarters with him and didn't think it was meriting of a free kick. So Crewe get themselves back into that shape, that 5-4-1 shape that they've adopted most of the time when Derby have been in possession.
Paul Warne out now with his hat on, talking to his assistant, getting ready to make changes. Martin Waghorn, I think, will be the first change. No, it's not going to be Martin Waghorn. It's going to be Joe Ward, the player that they rate here, who's coming back from injury, but he's going to get stripped off and called into the action. Still Derby 1, Crewe 2 on BBC Radio Stoke.
They've got to play Crewe. They've got to try and play as much as they can. I think that's just got away from the game a little bit. Long throw down the line by Adebisi, quick.
Ball behind the defence. Oh, they got away with that one. Fortunately, the ball ran away from Barkhazen. He was in behind the defence and it hit him and it run through to Harvey Davis. Dangerous.
Yeah, well, that's what I say. It's quick Derby possession when Crewe give the ball away. That's a good pass from Offord to find Cooney.
Yeah, over the halfway line goes Billington joining in now. Looking forward, ties it, goes a lovely ball to Aaron Rowe, wide on the right hand side. No Keep the ball and play your football, is the message from Peter Mawson. He's exactly right. That's a poor ball there, given away by Crewe again when in space. Now they've got to work hard, and is Offord going to mop it up and get it back to goalkeeper Harvey Davis, who hits it first time, out of play, throw in.
What they've got to do, Crewe, is to make sure that whatever the outcome of this game, it doesn't slip away from them because of silly mistakes like that. Like, so this is sloppy play.
First half, we had some of them.
Yeah, we did. And if Derby show the quality that we know that they've got, if they just have a little bit too much, and certainly if they have a bit too much energy-wise, we can all understand that. But don't have a regret that a silly mistake has cost you.
I agree. Strong challenge by Connor Thomas. Pulled down. Referee said no. The system got a good view of it. Quickly taken throw in on this right hand side. Good work by Offord, and still no free kick. And Offord clears his lines, and ball's gone out of play now. He wanted a free kick. Crewe need to switch on. But here comes Joe Ward, the number 23, and off will come number 17. Lee Sibley. So Joe Ward on. A few boos from the Derby contingent.
Well, they've got 9 subs, Derby, so you can't use them all, but...
No, they've got 4 academy players, they have, Pete, on the bench. And they've earned another throw, 5 yards from the corner flag, right-hand side for Ward, not to take, to leave for the long throw from Curtis Nelson on this right-hand side. Getting towards the hour mark. Going to be coming in with the launch now. Header out, Baker Richardson completed clearance. No, it wasn't poor clearance in the end. Crewe under certain pressure now. Wilson's going to deliver the ball into the penalty area. Now they've got to get it out of the danger area, and Shiloh Tracy will go on a run and take on the whole of the Derby defenders who are back. And he's fed the ball downfield to Joe White, who gets it under control and wins the throw in. They quickly got up to the other end of the field, Pete.
Just chuckling how much it must be taken out of Joe White to make those bursts. He just streaked up the pitch to give Shiloh Tracy an option. Didn't have an option, thought he was going to have to try and go it alone. It was a long way from goal, but that run from White has got Crewe right up the pitch.
Throw in. Kept the ball. Billington going back inside his own half to Offord. Over the halfway line, the skipper goes. Slides in out on the left-hand side to Adebisi. Now playing left back due to a little bit of an injury to Charlie Finney again. Ball behind the defence, and Adebisi's got in there from a lovely ball from Offord. What can he deliver? Delivers a corner? Surely. No, it hasn't gone out of play. It looks as though it has. They need to fill in quickly and get a possession and positions right.
Great ball round the corner, wasn't it, from Luke Offord, left foot.
Long raking pass, trying to set Derby on the attack, and they have picked it up on the left-hand side. Coming in field, Barkhazen, goal scorer in the first half. Out it goes to penalty area, into the penalty area goes, headed clear by Dimitrio. Thomas trying to win it back. Derby back on the halfway line now with Aaron Cashin. A little bit of pressure coming on the Crewe defence now, as you'd expect, as how it should be as well. Good work and run by Bird. The Crewe win that, and this is where they've got to be good and don't lose the ball. Billington pushed to the ground. Is fortunate.
He was.
Fortunate.
He did need a shout. I don't know whether he got one, but it is essentially a 9-man Crewe defence when, you know, in those situations when Derby have had the ball for a prolonged spell. You put the shoe on the other foot. It's not easy. We see it at all levels, international level. You know, the team expected to win with all the possession, but you know, if a team is organised and committed in defence at the other end of the pitch, it's not easy to break down.
Good work by Shiloh Tracy to earn a throw-in right by the corner flag for Crewe Alexandra. And Mickey Dimitrio, what an outstanding signing he's been, going across to take it. Can there be a breakthrough here for Crewe's third goal? Throw on the right-hand side as the Crewe fans get their noise levels higher. Dimitrio hasn't thrown it in yet, seems to want to go shorter, uses Billington, slides it through to Shiloh Tracy, hits the back of a player, back it goes to Billington, to Joe White, down he goes, no free kick, falls to the ground, then it's handball, and he needs to get back in position quickly. And Crewe filter back in position.
I don't know where they've taken that free kick from.
Past the hour mark now. Derby over the halfway line, running forward with Joe Ward, the substitute. Ball comes out on this right-hand side halfway line to Corey Smith. Looks forward, hugging the touchline, going in field. Thomas to Bird. He's got to get closer to him. I've just had a few glimpses of Bird getting a run on the game, but a poor ball from Bird gives it Cooney. Shiloh Tracy's off and he wants it early. What can he produce down the right-hand side? Lovely ball from Ryan Cooney. Shiloh Tracy's in a run, and the referee says free kick, and he matched him up there, didn't he, Aaron Cashin?
I think he did. He was clever there, Cashin. He got his body in between man and ball, knew he couldn't live with the pace of Tracy, but also knew that Tracy couldn't run straight through him. A good defending.
The League Two side still in front. 18 minutes of the second half gone on BBC.
Only 18? Oh my
Sorry,
God.
On BBC Radio Stoke, live on DAB Digital Radio and on Freeview 726. A very good evening for Phil Bowes, Peter Morse and myself, Graham McGarry. Where have you been if you're only just tuning in? Both our local teams are in front. Martin Waghorn is dressed and ready to come on. Another experienced striker. Will he go with two up the top with Collins and Waghorn, or will he change it? We'll wait and see. But Derby are posing a few questions to Crewe's rear guard defending now. But so they should be. Here's Bird on the left-hand side. Wider left is Forsyth. Looking to get across it. He's got to be watched, Collins. Ball goes in. That's easy for Crewe. Frustration for the Derby fans. And once again, they're just running a little bit out of ideas, but they've still got plenty of strength and depth to change the game, Peter.
And plenty of time.
Yeah.
But credit to Crewe.
Yeah,
again, we talked about game management. Well,
great play from Dimitri. Pete, sorry to break you off, as he finds Ryan Cooney over the left-hand side. Over the right-hand side, sorry. Great ball, great vision. In behind the defence. Now then, they need to produce here. Shiloh Tracy into the penalty area corner. Great quick football that.
And it's great to see, isn't it, Lewis Billington joining up in the attack there. He's made a mistake for the first goal. He's responded really well to that, because it can you can drown in situations like that. A young player on a big stage made a mistake in 3 minutes, cost the team, but he's been good. He's kept himself going. He's kept himself involved. And he's doing himself no harm whatsoever in a Crewe shirt.
Could there be a break here for Crewe? Corner, right-hand side to be taken by Joe White, left-footed. And it goes now with pace. And he's a header! Goal! Mickey Dimitrio! The man of the moment! The man who scores as a defender! Gets his 6th goal of the season! And Crewe in dreamland at Derby! They lead by 3 goals to 1! Get in! Peter Morse!
Well, when you saw the flight of the ball and you saw the run of Demetrio, you knew there was only one outcome. The delivery was tantalising, and for a man in form in front of goal in the way that the Alex defender is, you know he's going to get the connection right, you know he's going to steer it on target, and you knew straight away that Joe Wildsmith had no chance of keeping it out. What a terrific reward for a good move, an ambitious move down the right hand side. The corner came in and Crewe got themselves a little cushion.
I said a few minutes ago, what a signing he'd been, Mickey Dimitrio. Watch out, he might be heading to the Premier League, keep playing like that and scoring goals.
Did you say get in?
Yes.
With the beam, I thought we were supposed to be impartial.
We are.
Oh, right, okay.
One way.
You were one-way impartiality, that's a new concept, isn't it?
Have you got that one? Hold on, don't let's get too excited. We've been here with
listen,
Crewe.
You're a good one to talk, aren't you?
We've been here.
I tell you what, you're telling me not to get too excited.
We've been here at Crewe for 30 odd years, and Derby are on the attack. Crewe had a 2-goal advantage in the last game, don't forget, and it ended 2-2. It's 3-1 with midway point approaching of the second half on DAB and on Freeview 726. Derby on the left-hand side. They've got Martin Waghorn on now, and they've also got James Collins on as well. Billington clears, but not far enough for me, and it's picked up by Derby on this right-hand side with Ward. One touch, whips a lovely delivery cross in. Good header out by Billington under pressure. Has it gone out for the corner? Just off the corner flag.
Yeah, he didn't know what was behind him there, so couldn't take any chances. Lewis Billington at the far post.
Corner left hand side to be taken by the number 23, Joe Ward. 67 on the watch, still a long way to go. But Mickey Dimitriou just added his 6th goal of the season. Short corner. Looking for the cross now, in it goes to the 6-yard box, header out. Crewe got to clear the lines now, stop it going behind, and it has gone behind anyway, and it's a Crewe ball. And not too many arguments for Derby County. What's the message now from Mr. Bell and Mr. Dicker to the players?
Well, he's got Aaron Rowe over, Ryan Dicker to pass that on, but I don't think that, I don't really think they can change the tactics. The tactics have been, to soak up pressure and to strike forward when you get the opportunity. That's what paved the way for the 3rd goal, and I think that'll be the same way about it now. They've got Tracy and Rowe able to switch wings. They're both spending time on either flank.
Derby building on the right hand side with Tom Barkhuizen. Infield it goes to Bird. Centre field, playing off Collins, lays it off Collins, doesn't reach there. Rowe tries to win the challenge. Kane Wilson's gone over the other side now to allow Ward to come in, of course. Have you got any message? Nobody sending in any messages, Pete, as Derby build on the left hand side, looking for the cross now to come into the penalty area. They've chipped it up. Crewe got a win header just enough. Might be a Crewe ball if it goes out of play, but Thomas is going to retrieve it and slides it through to...
I wanted it down the line, Baker Richardson.
Yeah, he did. As Curtis Nelson strides forward, gets it out on this right hand side to Barkhuizen, crosses, takes a deflection. They're going to pick it up just outside the penalty area. Good effort, wayward and wide. Good effort for Crewe. Goal kick.
Yeah, just a moment's respite for Crewe as the pressure came on. Worked hard there, Connor Thomas, but just a little breakdown in communication between him and the number 9 who was going in behind. Thomas played to feet, Derby intercepted, but I think it was Forsyth who was miles over the bar with his effort.
Harvey Davis with the goal kick downfield. Crewe making 2 early substitutes, bringing on Connor Thomas and Shiloh Tracy for Charlie Colcott and Charlie Finney. Both those players have been a big part of the team effort here at Pride Park. Still Derby prompting, probing, looking for that opening. Ball swung out towards Ward, gets his touch right, gonna fancy taking on Adebisi. Doesn't stop the cross, good ball, goalkeeper comes out, but in the end Dimitriou took full responsibility for that and headed it clear. Excellent defending. It was a wicked ball going in, throwing on the right hand side.
Just loves heading it, doesn't he? just really enjoys heading it. He'd have heads on his boots if he could, I think.
He'll have a throw here. They haven't gone long, they've gone short. They've got a 2-on-1 situation. Barkhuizen to Ward now. Ward delivers the cross in, cleared by Baker Richardson. Crewe got to come out now. When they come out, keep the shape, because Derby are picking the ball up on this right hand side. Ball in from Barkhuizen, that's easy. Wide of the target. Crewe fans are in great voice there, Peter, opposite where we are. Home of the Rams, it says just below them.
Well, they're having a great night, aren't they? You're talking about buying a ticket, you don't win the raffle. Well, they bought the tickets tonight, haven't they? With the hope and the dream of a performance like this. Still such a long way to go, 20 minutes plus stoppage time, but they'll be really proud, I'm sure, of what they're seeing. It's a foul, referee's not giving it against Shiloh Tracy.
The manager's fuming. He just took a breather, the manager, but then he said, I'm after you, ref, because you missed it. James Collins is not happy with his pass forward either.
It was a clear foul, Nelson on Tracy.
Ball balled out to Lewis Billington. What a night for him as well. Another one of the homegrown academy players. Made his early mistake on the ball again. Tried to go forward, just recovered it and got it back this time to Harvey Davis, who hits downfield. Flick on by Baker Richardson. In the battle, good shout from Cooney. Now then, Baker Richardson trying to get on the end of it. Oh, he's unfortunate there.
Really unfortunate. If he had just got to the ball before it bounced, then he'd have been in. Cooney came in with a crashing header. We didn't hear the shout, but he must have shouted because everyone cleared out of his way. and Baker Richardson ever so nearly latched onto it.
Derby trying to unlock the door in their own half at the moment. Ball's out on the left-hand side as they build slowly with the number 6 Aaron Cashin, one of the couple of homegrown players here in the Derby side. Paul Warner on the edge of his technical area, taking control now and unhappy with what's happening. Pressure mounting on him, but he will also know that a goal quickly changes the game if it comes their way. Good hit in the back for Adebisi, but it's picked up second phase for Derby. Out on the left-hand side it goes with Hurahan. Poor ball, that might have the Derby fans on the players' backs.
Well, I think the Derby fans have been all right, to be fair, haven't they? They've been quite patient because all the expectation and onus is on them, as we said before kick-off, and they're losing 3-1 to a League Two side, and I don't think they've been too bad with them, but passes like that, as you say, are not going to keep them on side for much longer.
Throwing for Crewe. Cooney downfield is again having another steady Eddie game. Ball pumped forward by Shiloh Tracy's not going to go running for that one. It's gone all the way through to Joe Wildsmith. And Crewe just gone back about 10 yards in the defending, allowing Derby to get up to the halfway line, and then they get the shape. Ball's behind the defence though this time. Problems. Cross going in. Good challenge, Cooney. It's not one of his side a goal kick, just be careful. The referee will want you not holding on to the ball. Corner to Derby on their left-hand side.
Yeah, and they've got to just concentrate on getting back into position, picking up players. Virtually the entire game is in Crewe's penalty area the next couple of minutes.
Right-footed, Ward will take it from the left-hand side. Whipped him with real pace. Good punch by the goalkeeper. Excellent punch.
Not sure it wasn't a header by Baker
Was
Richardson.
it?
Yeah, I thought it was. Great header. I think he was there, nearly got his head punched off. But that was what we were talking about in the build-up as well. He's so important. Defending set pieces.
Throwing on the left-hand side for Derby. Long throw this time. Jockeying for positions. Dimitrio heads it out. Will be a corner. Definitely. And again on the left hand side, 75 minutes approaching of the game gone. Derby 1, Crewe 3. But the pressure is mounting as you'd expect. Crewe putting an outstanding performance so far. Corner yet to be taken. And it goes now. Hit with real pace. Good punch under pressure. Really under pressure. Still a battle for the ball in the Crewe penalty area. Not yet cleared. And have to be careful, Crewe. And Thomas, that's a foul, blatant foul, and they'll be happy with that. But what a bit of a good goalkeeping that was, Pete, under pressure.
I think it was. I thought Crewe were lucky then. I thought they rode the luck. I think he got something on it, the goalie, but nothing too convincing. And the ricochets, the deflection just favoured them. Could have gone anywhere.
Got to swap over, I think, the wingers, are they? Derby, yeah. They're looking to make a change. They want the left-sided player over there, Forsyth, to come across, and they're going over the other side. It's Barcoes and ball behind the defence, and then just a final touch as Crewe putting pressure on Derby's defence. Ball now, infield it goes. Great challenge, terrific challenge for Crewe. Here's Baker Richardson, fires it! Then hits the target. Wow, that was a challenging half-beat to win the ball as well.
It was, and he hit it nicely, didn't he? But fairly routine for Wildsmith, certainly in the context of some of the other things he's done tonight.
Yeah, he made 2 saves that were Premier League class in the first half. They kept it 2-1 and his side in it. But Crewe are on the attack now. There's a push on Joe White, surely.
Yeah, he's given it.
Yeah, it was. A blatant push as he was getting ready now. Then Kenny Luntz quickly out the technical area. First half, we saw one wonderful free kick strike from White, saved superbly by the goalkeeper. What we're going to see here, Peter?
Well, I should imagine he'll be on it again. He wanted the penalty, didn't he, at the 98th minute against Notts County, so he's a confident boy. Every reason to be after his display tonight.
Can they really, really punish Derby now with this free kick? What is it, 25 yards out, more or less central? Aaron Rowe is over it, but I'm pretty sure Joe White, the two loanees, will be the final man on it. Rowe takes a step back, 5 in the Derby wall. White's going to hit it left-footed, or Rowe hits it right-footed. And to me, he was never ready for it, and I don't think it was the right one.
No, disappointing. Crewe got a lot of men forward, just need to just get back in the shape.
Demetrio looking forward, hitting long, trying to get Shiloh Tracy in. Off the chest there.
Did all right there, Cashin. I thought he was going to head the ball back and the goalkeeper had come running off his line. Can spell disaster or joyous. Joyous it would have been for us. But
you're hoping for everything, aren't we? 13 minutes to go, then 90. Then added time on BBC Radio Stoke. Derby 1, Crewe 3. Derby on the left-hand side, midway inside the Crewe half. Halfway line now with Bird. Back into their own half it goes. Here come Derby building with Waghorn. Free kick, silly free kick there. I think that Shiloh Tracy might be in the book, or Cooney might be in the book. Referee's calling for somebody, and it is Tracy. Oh no, it isn't. I don't know what he's doing, but he's got a free kick, and it was a free kick. Bit of a silly free kick, and there's a booking for Shiloh Tracy. Silly one, that.
Yeah. I don't think it's shooting position though, is it?
No, not when they brought all them big guns up. They're not happy, Kenny Lunt and Lee Bell, with that free kick that they did a few minutes ago.
Well, it was a bit of a lazy effort, wasn't it, from Aaron Rowe? Not too much thought behind it, didn't seem anyway.
Free kick then for Derby. Looks to me as though it's coming in from Hurahan. Usually does. It does. That should be the goalkeepers with ease. No pressure. Nobody in the 6-yard box. Hold on to it and make Derby wait a few seconds.
No, he took it nicely, but it wasn't the best of balls, was it? I'm not sure it was going to cause too many problems. But this is... We're not quite at that stage yet, but I think towards the end of the first game against Derby, it felt like they'd run out of ideas. It felt like they'd run out of belief. And Crewe were stung, so at no point in this game can the Alex ever be complacent. Certainly not with 10 minutes to go, but not with 10 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go, I'll let them be a bit complacent if it's 3-1.
On the left-hand side, they've lost possession. Collins had a fairly quiet game. Will try and make things happen. He's held the ball up well. Got it down the right-hand side. They've got a man clear. That man clear is Wilson. On the right-hand side, looking to pull the ball back. Corner.
Recovered well. I was watching Lewis Billington. He was marking closely, watching Waghorn, got his body in the right angle so he can see man and ball, determined to not let him across the face of his body, but in the end the cross never reached anyway.
Conor Hurahan with the corner, right side left-footed. Got one man out for the short, but Hurahan's going to deliver it. Into the penalty area it goes. Great header out by Baker Richardson again, but it's picked up by Derby. They've sprayed the ball out on the right-hand side to Ward. First touches into the penalty area. 3 red shirts go for it. Picked up by Bird. Left by Bird. Goes back 10 yards. Wide on the right goes to Hurahan. Gone the overlap. Hurahan will deliver now, but he's put it out to the right-hand side to Ward. Ward delivers a low ball in. Good header out by Baker Richardson again. But it's still in the Crewe penalty area. Man over. Here's Collins. He's offside and wayward anyway. Doesn't matter. Goal kick. Sorry. Free kick now.
They're giving everything, aren't they? They really are. The ball just keeps coming in and they keep getting it away. Demetrio offered, Baker Richardson in particular, but all of them. Everybody's contributing. Everybody is leaving everything out there. Everybody has earned a few days off, whatever happened.
We're the same.
Listen, I'm still not over you telling me to calm down. That is an absolute ridiculous...
Yellow card for me.
Ban.
Well, we're giving everything. Baker Richardson pulled to the ground, but he's done a sterling job up there because he's been asked to just ruffle the feathers of that back line on your own, and he has done. But here come Derby down the left-hand side, getting ready for a double substitution, Derby. But Crewe have the ball with Billington, who fires a nice ball up to Shiloh Tracy. Can he get it out on the right-hand side? No, he's played intelligently to get it to Rowe, who's on the right-hand side halfway line now. Cooney telling him what he should be doing with the ball as double substitution time is looming for Derby County. Cooney, nowhere for him to go. Keeping the ball though, gets it through to Dimitriou, showing skill. Shiloh Trace, that's good play by Crewe. They've gone from right to left with Adebisi. Halfway line is the captain offered. In field it goes to White, who's taking a good place, but then he didn't control it. It's first time his controls let him down, but they've won it back. Here's Rowe again behind the defence for Tracy to win the game for Crewe. Shot towards goal, he should have done better. He should have done better, Pete.
Still on though.
Still on, because Rowe's on it now. He's going to hit one left-footed over the crossbar. Well, there's a great chance.
It was a great. He's got to find the corner, has it? I think he had a little bit more time than he realised. I think he wasn't under a great deal of pressure. His body shape was a bit awkward because it was on the left side. He wanted to use his right foot, but he's got to find the corner. He's got to really test the keeper. What an opportunity.
Port Vale have gone 2-0 up in their game and really thought he was going to win that game, Pete. There for them. Conahue ran off. And on comes the number 42, Daniel Cox, and off comes Craig Forsyth, and on will come Sonny Bradley. But there was a real opportunity there for Shiloh Trace. Thought he got all the time in the world just to clean strike it, and it would have been a celebration time for Crewe. As it is, still time to go to see it out.
Yeah, I'd have considered relaxing if we'd have scored that one.
Yeah, and me. Definitely. Waghorn has it halfway line, sees the ball out on the right hand side to Ward. First time cross, wicked cross in terms of quality, straight into the arms of Crewe's goalkeeper Harvey Davis. Lee Bell still sending out instructions to Courtney Baker Richardson. Terrific play it was from Crewe from right to left to get Shiloh Tracy in there.
And you have to say that Crewe have come closer to scoring than Derby have. All the play that you talk about, game plans and systems, tactics, setting up to do a specific job on a specific evening.
Well, Derby's outlet has been set play and corners. And you're right, haven't made anything, haven't created or crafted anything. Crewe are building again, playing some good football. Adam Rose up to the halfway line, having the ball. Nice layoff from him. Brought down, referee says play on. Billington tries to play it behind the defence. Derby pick it up. Rowe wins it. There's a foul. No, the referee says no. Play on. Not happy, the Crewe management team. Referee says no, free kick. 1-1 in terms of not giving them. 6 minutes to go on BBC Radio Stoke. You'll have a quick time to call Phil Bowers if you can finish it in the 90 minutes. With Port Vale, so they're going to be playing Stevenage in the next round. They're 2-0 up in the game, 11 miles away from here at Burton. And here, Crewe Alexandra 3-1 up with 5 minutes plus added time to go.
Well, it'll be a long few minutes, but Crewe aren't showing it at the moment. The concentration's there. They know what they've got to hold on to. Rio Adebisi just runs the ball out of play. Lee Bell beseeches the referee, thinks it was a free kick, but now he's back to applauding his players who are again filtered back into that 5-4-1 system, and they've nicked it again. No, they've not.
Crewe, we've got some royalty on tonight. Jack Powell's engaged in it, sending a few social media messages, hoping now that his team can get them over the line, and he'll have some FA Cup football to watch later on this month. But here come Derby again with Ward, edge of the penalty area, whipped a lovely ball in, but the goalkeeper's been sound and safe with anything that's coming into him. And the clock ticks now with 4 minutes to go, and Lee Bell and Kenny Lunt and Ryan Dicker are certainly working overtime in the technical areas to try and see the game out, not get a result like happened on Sunday when they were 2-0 up and Derby pulled it back to 2-2. But Crewe lead 3-1, and at the moment looking okay.
I'm just thinking, we asked Jack Powell if he'd get back earlier from his nasty knee injury than expected. He'll be fit for the cup final, won't he, when we get there? I think he could make that.
He's going to make his debut with us shortly as well. He's after being with us. But his side have got a defending to do here. Billington's got to read it well, and he has. Good defending by the young boy. Well, they've got to be switched on from the throw-in on the left-hand side. No time to turn off. Derby desperate now to get something out of the game. Cross goes in, header out once again by Billington.
And
terrific.
Then out of the box.
Oh, way over the halfway line as well. Derby fans are anxiously watching at the moment this game unfold, not the way that they would have wanted it. The fans have been outstanding. They've really shown Derby up as a set of fans with the noise that they've made. Here come Derby though, looking for that goal on this right hand side. Offers come out to mark up Barkazon. Barkazon has it, goes to the edge of the penalty area. Bird to one of the substitutes, which is Darren Marvin to Daniel Cox. Now they're keeping the ball in the midway point of the Crewe half. On the right hand side it's coming now to Ward. Cross goes in, and again it's the same place, and thank you very much, says Harvey Davis.
Well, yeah, he did. I mean, I thought for a worrying split second it might have caught him out, because it was a shot on target in the end, but his positioning was fine.
Well, Lee Bell has sent out his youth team players for a warm-up. Don't forget they're in action on Thursday night at home. Boldmere St Michael's, the youth team, and 3 of those players, Agers, Nolan and Robinson, are warming up here at Pride Park. Battle for the ball inside the Derby half. Great touch, free kick. Oh, that's a forearm smash. And he's hurt him as well. It was it number 8 Bird, Pete? I think it was, who forearm smashed Joe White.
It's the second one that he's had of them, Joe White, and it's the first one that's gone punished. But he's actually down holding his knee, I think, and the trainer's been waved on. Can't have another injury, can we?
No, I don't think it was. Well, he'll know better.
Whether he sort of twisted and landed a bit awkwardly, maybe. He's sat up now. But, Kenny Lunt is out there talking to Shiloh Tracy. Joe Phillips, sports scientist, is there with
I'm worn out,
the drinks.
I'm worn out.
Well, we can't do extra time, me and you. We'll give up. Bowers can do it.
You have to bring Bowers in.
If that happens.
He's got a nice cup tie anyway coming up. Whatever.
I just said Stevenage away for Vale.
He's been looking forward to it. Expenses are good.
It's a heavy limp from Joe White, who I'm not so sure will be seeing this game through. One of the kids might have to come on.
Well, we're going to get the substitutes in a moment, two's time. Sorry, the stoppage time. Joe White won't want to give it up, I'll tell you that.
Well, this won't be an attacking free kick from Crewe.
I think they should be just digging it into that left-hand side where Shiloh Tracy can go and run on it and see what it can bring. He's gone the other way to Courtney Baker Richardson, and unfortunately nothing happened.
Not a bad one. Not a bad free kick for Courtney Baker Richardson to give away there as Derby tried to break.
Aaron Rowe it was, I think, wasn't it?
No.
Baker Richardson booked then. 5 minutes of added time. 5 minutes to go here for Crewe to see it out and produce one of the shocks of the first round in the FA Cup. There'd already been a few last weekend, of course, but now they've got to see it out. Halfway line free kick. Header out by Dimitrou, who's been absolutely magnificent. Still a battle for the ball. Shiloh Tracy slides it through to Thomas. Crewe still playing football. Thomas sets Shiloh Tracy down the left-hand side. He's on a spurt forward. Crewe got 3 players going forward. Tracy goes past both of them. Into the penalty area he goes. Tracy, what can he do here? Pulls it back. What a fantastic run. 70-yard run, corner.
And it's one of those situations that nearly, like Jeff Hurst said in 66, didn't care if it went in or if it went into the crowd. Just getting Crewe up that end of the pitch, getting a corner, which they're not going to rush to take. I can confidently assert.
Wow, what a run. Shiloh Tracy's got to go and take the corner. And he's blowing.
The referee might have to take it himself. We've got no volunteers.
Anyway, Bell set up his team. They've only left one up, Waghorn. Derby fans at the moment are leaving that goal to my right-hand side in their droves. Crewe take a short corner. Derby clear the lines up to the halfway line. Offers made a mistake. He tried to nick the ball and he didn't get there, so Crewe got to backtrack quickly. Offers got back in position and Dimitrou will clear his lines and put it out of play.
Well, Derby didn't get any players forward then, did they? They got a regain and he didn't really have any options. But they're on the ball now and coming over the halfway line.
Now they're on the left-hand side. Crewe still working hard. Nearly 2 minutes of the 5 gone. Bird has it. Derby 1 of League 1, Crewe 3 of League 2. Bird into the penalty area. Crewe have got to win that header. They haven't won the header. Dimitriou got to be cleared just enough. Free kick, referee sees pushing. I've got to give a credit to Billington, who had a problem with the first goal. But he's been magnificent, Pete, and he says, I'm here to become a Crewe player in the first team.
Actually got better and better, hasn't he? Actually got better and better. And the other thing to mention is, he didn't last the first game, did he? He had to come off. It was fatigue, whatever. Well, he's going to last this one.
He's on the ball now, drills it into the Derby half. We're halfway through the stoppage time. Is the ball going to go back from Billington? Harvey Davies has been excellent as well. He made a couple of good saves in the first half. Bricker Richardson pressurising the Derby centre-backs. Crewe working hard on their back line of Derby County. Cashin has it and runs it out of play, and the clock's ticking slowly now, but nicely towards a dream night for Crewe Alexandra. But it's not yet over, and £41,000 is not yet in the Crewe bank for winning this game.
I should imagine they've already spent it back at Gresty Towers.
Your wages.
Yeah, next 3 years.
2 minutes to go. Goalkeeper's coming out to take the free kick, Joe Wildsmith, deep inside his own half. Crewe fans have never stopped singing, even when they went a goal behind on 3 minutes of the game gone. Ball pumped downfield by Joe Wildsmith, the goalkeeper, headed out by Billington. Picked up by Derby. It's out of play. That's a Crewe throw. And this could be more or less it. Bell turns towards his technical area. Wants another word with Ryan Dicker. Good job they don't fall out then, pair, because they talk to each other.
All they're doing is asking how long is. How long's left? 1 minute. How long's left? 59 seconds. Yeah. How long's left?
Midway inside their own half for a throw into Crewe. The clock says 1 minute to go. Crewe lead 3-1. Going towards a game against Bristol Rovers, and I'll tell you something later in a moment, Phil Bowers. You'll be delighted to get this story out. I'll let you know in a minute, because you won't know it, and I know you're good. But Rowe is playing the tricks and lost possession. 35 seconds to go. Free kick Derby. Quickly tell you that Bristol Rovers, one of their staunch supporters is Ryan Dicker's dad. He's a Bristolian. Here goes Shiloh Tracy with the lungs bursting him down the left-hand side. It's a memorable night for Crewe Alexandra, I can tell you. We're seconds away from the final whistle going. They're still playing neat football, and they've got to win this challenge, and they have. Billington has won the ball back. It's inside their own half. The referee looks at his watch. Crewe lead 3-1. Time is up. Referee, blow your final whistle. Out on the right-hand side, Crewe just taking the time, and Crewe are into round 2 of the FA Cup, and they're delighted. You can hear the boos of Derby, but who cares? What about the cheers of the Crewe fans over on the right-hand side? They were 1-0 down. They were 2-1 up at half-time and finished it with a goal for Dimitriou to make it 3-1. It's Crewe Alexandra who will go into round 2 to play Bristol Rovers in a couple of weeks' time. Phil Bowers, take over.
I think I need to, Graham, after that. Well done to both you and Pete tonight. What an absolute stormer of a result for Crewe Alexandra. We talked pre-match, didn't we, about how this might well be a difficult game for Crewe. In the end, Pete Morse, they made it look easy.
And they deserved it, didn't they? It's not a smash and grab. It is an upset, but it's not. After you've watched the 90 minutes, it's not an unfair reflection of the game. I thought they've been absolutely magnificent. Everything that's culminated under Lee Bell and this management team, you saw on display tonight. The organisation, the tactical nous, the resilience, the determination, the leadership, and the quality. The quality shone through as well. And in the end, Derby were completely out of ideas, bereft of enthusiasm. I thought they weren't even running in the end. The fans were running for the exit. It's a sensational performance and thoroughly deserving of a sensational result.
Mentioned for the goal scorers, even though it was a largely very good team performance, but Aaron Rowe, we talked about Mickey Dimitriou in this throughout the whole game. Red danger, never panicked, and that header, well, you'd see that in the Premier League, wouldn't you? It was that good how he placed it.
Well, he's one of those players that you sign on a free transfer in the summer from Newport, and then you watch him, you think, how's he not played high? You know, how we managed to sign him, you know, the leadership, everything that he brings is so important, and the goals, well, they're more than a bonus. They've been absolutely critical to some super results. But yeah, him, all his teammates, honestly, you can't praise them highly enough for the way they've acquitted themselves and represented the club this evening. We're going to have the 3 cheers here, Phil. We'll watch this. Ryan Cooney, here we go.
Let's have a listen. That's very WWE, that, isn't it? He loves a bit of that, Ryan Cooney. But, I mean, we talked there, team performance, you know, Harvey Davies didn't have a great deal to do. He had one save, I think, off Collins in the first half, and then other than that, largely untroubled. The balls into the box lacked quality, particularly from Ward when he came on in the end. But you looked at the midfield as well. I've got to say, you know, from not seeing the guy every week, Joe White looks like he could easily take on Derby County week in, week out at League One level, and he excelled tonight. Yeah,
you're quite right. I thought that, you know, Harvey Davies didn't have too much to do. In contrast, Joe Wildsmith had plenty to do, which is another reflection of the performance that Crewe gave. But yeah, I mean, like I say, you sort of don't want to single too many players out because everybody deserves so much credit tonight. But Joe White did catch the eye. He looked a class act in there. He's wiry, but he showed some strength and power, as well as the quality, undoubted quality he's got in that left boot. But everyone around him, you know, the subs came on and helped them over the line, and you know, the team and the staff and the supporters are all enjoying that moment over in that corner, and don't they deserve it?
Well, you've just mentioned it there, Pete. There's 700 of them over there in that corner, maybe a few more, and they have had a really, really good night. And just look at them now, not a single one's left, and you can't blame them. And it's good that the players have gone over and acknowledged them, because they've been tucked away in that little corner of the ground. They've not been behind either goal for them to shoot at tonight, but they've not stopped making a noise. And there does look to be a really good bond between that group of players and between the supporters as well.
Yeah, and I think you're right, and I think that's becoming a real feature. Graham says that Courtney Baker-Richardson's actually in the crowd somewhere. I know Mickey Dimitriev's just been in and come back, but I think it is a real feature, that bond that's being created between the group that's on the pitch and the adoring fans that are in the stand, and it's only strengthened by evenings like this one. It's only strengthened by last gasp wins against Notts County at the weekend, and it's such an important and valuable tool, that spirit, that camaraderie, and that belief. It's a snowball effect that it can have, and it can knock teams out of the way on its own.
Well, I think Courtney Baker-Richardson may well be getting a lift home from somebody in the crowd, because he looks to have been absorbed into that massive 700 Crewe fans away there. But Crewe aren't the only success story in the FA Cup tonight.